Hello and welcome back to Online PTE. By now you should have known my name. I'm Jasmine, and of course by now you should have watched the videos on task analysis and writing the introduction. Today we are going to go through one of the most important aspects of your writing, which is vocabulary complexity. As you know, using advanced vocabulary is always a big bonus on your essays, and it definitely helps you get a better score in writing. So, how do we know what we mean by advanced vocabulary? And of course, by using proper vocabulary, how can we help our essays to get a better score? Okay, let's take a look at this table. This table has two columns. In the first column, you can see the words which must be avoided, or the categories of the words which must be avoided. And in the second column of this table, you can see the categories of the word which must be used in your writing. So, the first and the most important aspect of using advanced vocabulary or adding complexity to your vocabulary in writing is you should avoid using overused words. So, what do we mean by overused words? Listen to this sentence, please. Let's say, as a teacher, I enter the class on Monday and I say, "How was your weekend?" One of my students said it was good. The other one says it was relaxing. So, good is a very general word which could be used to describe many things. A good teacher, a good food, a good country, a good weekend, a good weather, everything. A good public transport. But when we are going to be more specific to describe things and objects, we probably need to implement a different level of adjective or a different level of word. For example, for public transport, rather than saying a good public transport, we should say convenient public transport. Rather than saying my weekend was good, we can say it was relaxing, it was refreshing. So we can say good is a typical example of overused word which should be avoided. It is in our best interest to avoid these words as much as we can. Sometimes it happens, let's say for example 1 time or 2 times in your essays it may happen, it's okay. So not all the time we have to avoid, because sometimes it is really used in the proper context. But if we keep repeating the same word over and over, it means our vocabulary knowledge is really limited. And because vocabulary is a big area of marking in your writing, we must pay attention. So, overused words must be avoided. What is another category of word which we should avoid? It's informal words. So, let's say, for example, people who use lots of plastic add to the environmental pollution. So, lots of is informal for writing. What can we use to make it more advanced, to lift the level of vocabulary? For example, we can say great quantities of, huge amount of. So all these words which could be equivalent to lots of are actually examples of complex vocabulary, and lots of, a lot of, these kind of words are informal words which are more popular in speaking rather than in writing. So we try to avoid them in our writing. Now, how about the categories of words that we need to use or to implement in our writing? The first one is less common vocabulary. So unlike overused words, which can be used by anyone, anytime, anywhere, less common vocabulary or less common lexical items are those which cannot easily be used by everybody. So in fact, people who have a greater knowledge of vocabulary are able to implement less common. The same example as good public transport and convenient public transport. The same example, for example, here we say a good nature is good for our health. So again, good, good, good. Now, a life-giving nature is a valuable gift of life. So, life-giving nature equivalent to good nature. So, which one is less common? Life-giving is less common because not everybody can use it properly on the spot. Okay, so unlike overused words, which could be used by anyone, anywhere, less common vocabulary requires a deeper level of thinking, because you have to think. Not the word that comes up very easily should be used. We have to think and to make it more advanced. Now, the other category of words which must be used in our writing is topic-related words and collocations. What do we mean by topic-related words and collocations? Look, as you have watched in your task analysis video and writing introduction, every topic, every essay topic in essay has got one subject, has got one focus. Let's say, for example, the focus of one essay is media violence. The impact of media violence on children's behavior. So let's say this is the core subject, the core focus of your essay, media violence. So now we have one central focus, which is this one. In order to generate ideas and in order to get a better score, we need to think of words that fit in this topic, fit in this context, and of course collocations. So what is collocation? Collocation means combination of two words or more which make sense and make meaning together and are used in the same context. Like, for example, global warming is a very typical collocation. Media violence itself is collocation, means the violence which is available in the media. Okay, so let's say, for example, the focus is media violence. What is the first collocation that comes to our mind? Maybe aggressive behavior. Yes, the first impact of media violence on children could be aggressive behavior. And another collocation, televised violence, for example, means the violence which is available on TV program. What is another collocation or word that comes to your mind with media violence? Yes, victimized audience. Victimized viewers mean the viewers or the audience that watch this media violence and they kind of get the victims of this violence. Or, for example, violence saturated media means a media which is full of violent content. So as you can see, if you do get the central focus of the topic or of the essay, you need, and after that you need to generate vocabularies or collocations that best describe the central focus. Okay, now take a look at this example, please. The one which is written in black. A good teacher must be able to use helpful teaching methods in classes. What I want you to do right now is I want you to read the sentence one more time and try to spot overused words. Try to spot over how many overused words you can see in this sentence. And if you can see any overused word, do you have proper equivalent or advanced equivalent for that overused word? I did one for you here. For example, the first overused word, as we have gone through, is good. So rather than a good teacher, we can say a qualified teacher, an experienced teacher, a knowledgeable teacher. So see, 3 advanced adjectives which could best replace good. Okay, so I've done one for you. Could you please spot the others? Can you see any other overused words? Okay, how did you go? Yes, must be, a good teacher must be able to, I would say, use. Have you spotted this one? Helpful, which is like a very broad adjective. Methods. Okay, yes, we could spot 1, 2, 3, 4 overused words here. Now let's find advanced like equivalent for them. Use. What can we say instead of use? Again, use is a very broad term, is a very like broad vocabulary which could be implemented in different contexts. So again, which could be implemented. So one good equivalent for use is implement. Okay, which must be able to implement. Helpful. How about helpful? Rather than helpful, we can say, for example, proper, effective, research-based. So research-based, proper, and effective are all adjectives which could easily replace helpful, and of course are advanced adjectives. Teaching methods. So how about methods? Yes, we can say methodology, pedagogy, approaches. Yes, so rather than method, we can say pedagogy, which means teaching methodology, approach, or the word methodology itself is a very good one. So now at this stage, what you need to be doing is you need to download your worksheet of lexical resources complexity and try to spot overused or informal words and to find complex or advanced equivalents for them. Okay, thank you. So, as usual, please remember persistency, consistency, perseverance are all the key drivers to your success. Please make sure to check and keep up with the course outline and submit your assignments on time. Your teachers are waiting for you. Bye for now.